morning, Mountain Family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Monday, June 16th at 6:29 this morning. And Megan, it is foggy. Fog is the only word that comes to mind when I think of how we've spent our June this year.
You know what? I would have to agree with you. I feel like more days than not have had foggy starts to the morning, and most days this week will have foggy starts to the morning as well. So just get prepared for it. Here's a look what you can expect as you're heading out the door this morning. Densest fog right now is as you're traveling towards Moorhead, seeing some fog as well for our Tennessee counties. So please just be careful if you're heading out and you do encounter any of this dense fog. Here's a look at what else we're expecting, and a little bit of some rain chance this morning as we travel towards Whitley County and a little bit in Knox County. And we'll just go ahead and zoom in there for you. Overall, the rest of the region is nice and clear. Temperatures are sitting in the upper 60s and low 70s, with afternoon high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Amelia.
In Sevier County, Tennessee, police say 3 people planned and attempted 2 murders earlier this month. Lenore Sills, Quentin Cross, and Timothy Robertson were accused of firing into a home on Maples Branch Road. The home had 2 people and a dog inside. The 2 in the home have injuries, according to the Sevier County Sheriff. Sills, Cross, and Robertson were charged with 2 counts of criminal conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. A man faces charges after police say he ran into the Boyd County Public Library armed with a knife. Police say they apprehended Gregory Hanna a few blocks away from the library because he had an active warrant for his arrest. But when the officer approached him, Hanna ran away and then into the library while holding a knife. Officers say they had to use a taser and pepper spray to arrest him. He faces multiple charges. A home was damaged and 2 pets died in a fire in Cable County, West Virginia, Thursday. The Green Valley Volunteer Fire Department, Barboursville Fire Department, and Ohio River Road Fire Department all responded to the call on Idle Acres Road. No one was home at the time, but crews say 2 cats died. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Folks are calling it a heroic and daring rescue after a woman jumped from the 2nd floor of a burning home in Campbell County, Kentucky. Fire crews say they got the call Friday morning. Flames were seen shooting out of the home. The chief says the home where the fire started is a loss. One neighbor says he arrived just after that fire started and saw a young man coaxing a woman to jump from the 2nd floor. She eventually did, and the man caught her before she hit the ground.
Apparently a female did jump out of the 2nd floor of 29 12th Street. Yes, and she did go to the hospital with minor injuries as well.
And a young man caught her?
I do not know any details. Yes, that would all happen prior to us arriving on scene.
As of right now, no one knows who that man is who caught the woman. Neighbors say he came in, saved the day, and then disappeared. A Magoffin County man is behind bars after he reportedly threatened to burn his parents' house down with them inside it. Police received a call about the incident last Sunday at a home in Salyersville. The parents of Matthew Helton told police he'd come to their home and was irate over an Xbox card. Helton's parents say they were truly scared he would burn the house and lock them inside. Helton was arrested after police found him a short time later. In Clay County, 2 people were arrested after police said they took a car for a test drive and never came back. Manchester police arrested Christian McNeil and Loretta Smith Thursday after the car went missing from a local car lot. Police found the vehicle on Granny's Branch Road. This is where they say they found McNeil removing parts of the vehicle. He's charged with conspiracy. Smith charged with the actual car theft. 2 men face charges after leading police on 2 separate police chases in Floyd County. Last Sunday, police were patrolling Kentucky 680 when they noticed a man who had multiple outstanding warrants. When police tried to pull Christopher Hall over, he took off. He then abandoned his vehicle and tried to evade police by running into the hills. A K-9 deputy eventually found Hall, which led to his arrest. Then, 2 days later, police discovered Nicholas Moore on Kentucky 680. Police say Moore was in the Fraser Creek area of McDowell. Police say he sped off when they tried to conduct a traffic stop. He later lost control of his vehicle, ended up in a creek. The same K-9 that found Hall tracked down Moore. Both men face multiple charges, including 1 endangerment. Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park is now open to the public once again. The park closed in February to provide shelter to people impacted by the flood. Almost 4 months later, the park is now taking reservations. Park manager Chris Fugit says the lodge is open except for a few rooms.
We reopened the rooms to the public starting June the 1st as we were slowly getting the rest of the flood survivors out. So we're almost fully open. We have a few rooms that we still have put out due to some deep cleaning.
Fugit said the park housed around 75 flood survivors. He also says they were provided meals and were able to use the facilities. The Jenny Wiley State Resort Park in Floyd County is also open again. They're taking reservations for the lodge rooms and cottages, but the campground will stay closed until next year as they continue to provide housing for flood victims. The May Lodge will also close for renovation September 1st, but is expected to reopen next summer. A temporary dining room will be available during that time in the conference center. Backroads of Appalachia Executive Director Eric Hubbard says the group was awarded a grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission to support the expansion of tourism.
I really think with the property in Owsley County and becoming the hub of the East Coast for overlanding and off-roading, I think that we can really triple our economic, revenue to our region. But most importantly, we're actively recruiting corporations to invest inside of Eastern Kentucky.
Hubbard says the money invested into Kentucky will go towards developing a training facility with a course and camping and lodging for people exploring Eastern Kentucky. To learn more about this, you can go to our website, WYMT.com. Well, Kentucky Education Television, better known as KET, could feel the impact of cuts made by the federal government. Thursday, the House voted 214 to 212 to cut more than $9 billion in public media funding. KET says the lack of funding would not just force stations to scale back, but it would dismantle services like emergency alerts and education resources. The bill now moves to the Senate for deliberation and a final vote before July 18th. Governor Andy Beshear is talking about a disparity in overdose deaths among Kentucky's African American community. He says that issue has been addressed and now the Commonwealth is moving in a positive direction for everyone. Maggie Rickerby has the data on those overdose death decline.
In a recent Facebook post, Governor Beshear addresses overdose deaths that have plagued the African American community. The governor's post reads, quote, "When we saw that declines in overdose deaths didn't reach our African American community in Kentucky, we got to work to address the disparity. Last year, we saw results with a 30% decrease in overdose deaths statewide and a 37% decline among Black Kentuckians. Intention matters." End quote.
I'm thankful to be able to have a chance to have a family today and actually be present in my children's life.
This is Voices of Hope, a Lexington recovery center. We stopped in on a team meeting among recovery coaches.
I'm grateful to be doing what I do.
Grateful, helping others with drug addiction, and happy that overdose deaths across the Commonwealth are on the decline overall, and specifically in the African American community.
Like I said, it's still work to be done, but previously, just like coming from the neighborhood that I grew up in, the community that I grew up in, substance use disorder was something that wasn't spoken about a lot.
Local health officials tell us the availability of Narcan and educational outreach have turned the tide.
And I think direct access in our African American communities is going to be crucial. We don't want to leave out anyone.
Team building at the Voices of Hope Recovery Center and team building outside of these walls. In Lexington, Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
The University of Kentucky is making a push to educate students on artificial intelligence. During the Board of Trustees meeting Friday, UK President stressed the importance of students, professors, and administrative staff becoming proficient in using AI as a tool. Provost Doctor says it's best to get a head start on learning about the tech because of how quickly it develops. Well, part of Kentucky 15 was shut down Friday in Powell County for Drift Appalachia, where professional drifters from all around the United States and beyond participated in a motorsport event. Officials say more than 37 states and 2 other countries were represented. Experts say this is a unique ride right through the Appalachian Mountains.
Kentucky and West Virginia is the only 2 states in America that has passed legislation that we could shut down a mountain road to do this kind of event on. And I think it's pretty epic and awesome. And also the economics, again, that's brought in is heads to beds, food to mouth, and lips to sip. This is what this brings.
Back roads of Appalachia officials say 3,000 to 5,000 people were expected to attend their block party, which happened Friday in Powell County. People had the chance to look at drift cars and raise money for different causes.
It's a warm start to your Monday. We're mainly looking at those 70s across the region, looking at 71 in Prestonsburg, 70 Louisa, 70 in Somerset and Monticello, some upper 60s for the remainder of the region. However, this afternoon, we're looking at a mixture of those 80s, mainly the low to mid 80s, with the exception of Wise County, Virginia, where we're looking at these upper 70s. Right now, live pinpoint Doppler radar is nice and calm. We are still seeing that fog this morning, but we do have some rain as we travel towards Whitley and Knox County. Let's talk about that travel forecast. If you're heading out today this morning, temperatures will be in the low 70s with cloudy skies. Starting to see the rain pick up as we're heading into those lunchtime hours with temperatures in the upper 70s. And by the time we get into dinner, we're looking at the low 80s, mostly cloudy skies still. Seeing those chances for scattered showers and storms. Amelia.
Well, thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:40.